2 for 2. you, hey? That's beautiful. But by our sister, Sinelizwi, we heard was the voice, man. You know, we heard everything that you need to hear. That was a song titled Vukani. It's available on.
It's available on YouTube. It's for YouTube. You can search Sinelizwi as my name, and my surname is Hole, Hole. Also on Facebook, because I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram at Sinelizwi Hole. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you. We are going to go back to the faces and phases. Yes, we have our beautiful sister. Please, Sihle, please tell us, as the youth of today, do you think we stand a chance to fight against this violence and discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community and women and children?
I want to touch on things that were said before. The piece it speaks of phases and faces, meaning that from the phases we look at where we're coming from. Phase 1 is your history. The second phase is your childhood. Then your third phase would be your adulthood. Then your fifth phase would be when you are enhancing coming to what you are coming to say. So as human beings, we go through a evolution in terms of phases that we go. In these different phases, or different phases, there's one person that you are. I was trying to think in terms of me going through these phases and the different phases that I have, because the face I had as a baby is not the same face that I have now as an adult. What impact did I bring to society? What has molded me to become who I am today? Why am I fighting for the rights of other people? And why am I forcing the acceptance? Because now we're in a phase of saying that information is there. People are well learned with the purpose in the book. It's not as if it's not about it was arrogance or it's that lack of knowledge. People are well informed. And the adults of today are more informed compared to the adults of yesterday. Coming to, and also another piece there, which also took my eyes in terms of coping in diversity. And I was saying that we're living in a very diverse country. And if you are able to accept yourself in the different phases that you went through, in the different phases that you went through as a human being, then why is it not easy for you to accept as a person that they can go through different phases and phases of their own? And the problem in society is that we want you to become what I am, where I cannot make you to be what I am. You have to become what you need to be and come to self-realization. Those who lack self-realization can force other people that have come to a point of I know who I am and this is who I see myself as. The plight of transgender women in our country, it has become a problem that people do not understand. Why are you transgender? Why are you transitioning to becoming something that society is not aware of? Social norms have been broken down by the LGBTI community because we were trained to look into a certain normality. I always ask people, why do you think that the life you're living is the right life to live? What makes you think that you should be normal, the way you look at normal? Who makes you to decide what to normal for other people? Your normal is your own normal. So why do you have an issue when I see you identify to get attracted? There needs to be many ingredients in order for it to put it looks beautiful, in order for it to bring life to the earth. You understand? we as society now, I was saying to another discussion because it's, yeah, if you with that we're bashing men so much that we forget to raise that men. It is us as women. The animal that we see out there was created and also it was molded by the woman. My situation, if my husband is the one who's violent in the home, why am I normalizing the violence in a certain situation? Why am I allowing my kids to see that and feeling that is normal? Ask yourselves, when my daughter grows up, do I want my daughter to see a man who would say right that a man should be dominant and be abusive towards a woman? Is it right for me to sit with my kids and I say gay men walking down the street and say Sihle? And then will my child be able to come out to me and say, Mama, I'm gay. Mama, I'm in love with another man. Will that make them easy for putting about that? It's why we've got large numbers of hopelessness. Because kids decide to run away from their families, where family is supposed to be in unity. Basis of human beings, umuntu bethu sifundisa ukuthi ikhaya kulapho kumele thina singabantu siphuma khona, kulapho thina beba siyakhuseleka khona. When the home is now decided to become a monster, that's why kids run away, and that's why monsters are coming. Make sure ukuthi ikhaya becomes the foundation yabantwana for the next generation. We don't need to put this education to start at home. Sensitize your kids. My daughter is only 8 years old. She knows that Twal is a lesbian and she knows what a lesbian is. Why is it difficult for us to educate our kids? I love the Muslim religion, even though I'm not Islamic. But abantwana are taught at very ages what is the Quran? Who is Muhammad? Why is it difficult for us, the black community, to teach our own kids of who we're coming from? If you look back in the days, there was no killing of women because women were lecturers. They made sure that women were looked after. There was no, even they would come and say there was never LGBT. Go read, go look into Gogo, look at the history. What happened? When Chaka took his men out to fight in the wars, in order for them to release stress, what was happening? There was gay men then who slept with other men when they left their women. There's nothing taboo. Only thing Sifiso is that Ubuntu must be the key. And we lost ourselves when we lost Ubuntu as human beings.
Thank you so much, Sihle. Siyabonga. Ubuntu bethu. Now we lost Ubuntu. Siyabonga sisi. Our next performance, before we close off with that performance, if anyone has a question or would like to add something in our panel, you are allowed to do so. Is there anyone who has a question or a comment?
Okay, I wanted to ask to look at African spirituality. What I'm seeing, I'm not far from Gogo, but I feel that most young people now are looking for their history. They want to understand where they're coming from. These are woke alarming, but I feel that it's a sign that we are getting close to knowing who we are. The introduction of candles to spirituality, it is something that was practiced a long time ago. But you see today, people are using candles as a way of prayer. People are taking, I thank COVID, because the reason I'm saying I'm thanking COVID, because people had time to read. People had time to look into themselves. People had time to take a mirror into the families. Now we had to face each other. We were running and escaping from our own realities. But what Corona had did was to say, go back and look where you're coming from. People, spirituality is something that you are born with the moment you, especially black kids. Most of the black kids, you find that bazala very small. Most of the black kids bazalele emakhaya abo. Why? Because that is how it's meant to be done. Uzala, because the moment mama rap is so, it is the connection from the ancestors through the person that is giving that. Uraba, it's not only to make sure that the stomach is set up, but it's also a custom made for women. You understand? So I thank you Corona, for making our kids, making us as young people to go back to our spirituality, making us connect with our ancestors. And to connect, you don't need to buy Gogo, your Twaso team. But spirituality, it's something that is within, that comes out. The moment you take time to meditate, they go and meditate and sit in their corners. They go into prayers, but they believe to whatever they believe. But spirituality has become, whether it's a fashion statement and whatever, but for me, I see it as it's coming, and people are coming into themselves and seeing who they are.
Thank you so much. Can I just answer also?
I love what she's saying. You can meditate, but for me as a Gogo, I always say path is very important, which is to take impact, as people call it one sage. Impact is for you to connect with the other when you say who you are. But I know a lot of black kids, especially that do not know how to pasha, they would say, yo, but ekhaya, we can't choose impact. Why? What does it do? No, it's a getting, is a look but you can go out there smelling of Gucci. Which weighs more? Smelling of Gucci or smelling of a bag talking to about the butter? And another thing to add on to what was, for me, I also say, and I always speak about it on Facebook, is that consult with the Gogo, with the Queen, whoever. Know what I'm trying to say to you. Because of what this is when I said, everybody's born with the spirit. Everybody's also born with a gift. If you are able to dream, that is a gift on its own. If you're able to have deja vu, for me, I strongly believe that's a gift. That's a gift. Gift comes in different ways. You can sense things, you can see a lot of things. Tap into who you are. Ask, Makola to Suka, Dada to Suka. Do not be afraid. You can do it.
I'd also like want to go back to the artist, also highlighting on the element of a gift. See, if you have a gift and you know this is your place, don't at any time think it is a mistake. Never doubt your gift. If you think this is what you meant to be or meant to do, I say demand your space. You see, as you see, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says "Pay the artist." It's non-negotiable. I feel strongly about that. That as artists, we have to demand our space in order for us to consume any kind of space. So, to anyone with a gift, not just narrowing it down to an artist, be proud of your gift and demand your space. Thanks.
Sorry, the last thing. The last. To add on to the artist, I think another thing with artists, they become so desperate. So desperate in terms of, I will pay you 500, you're going to perform the whole night. And you say, no, it's okay, it's fine, because of exposure. But you're going to be exposed with me. By the way, we are taking it takes or whatever address, you need to go perform a some strength.
And the reason that artist knows is because you are exposed.
You are exposed. You agree to anything. You get excited. You do not read the contracts. You just sign. As I said before earlier on, you sell the soul. Because of no, Bamba has achieved, they drive a Bentley, but you do not know you know? So as artists, guys, step on people's foot. Step on people's foot that, listen here, I perform, but I'm going to charge. You're an artist, you've got a family to feed. Bills have to be paid. This is why a lot of artists, and Women's Buwa said it, that a lot of artists and actresses and do not have a funeral policy. The way death rate is going, people are dying. How can you not afford a funeral policy at 200 and something? But we see Umuvango, we see generations. Guys, step on people's toes as artists. This is your bread and butter. Do not just say, no, it's okay, I can do it for 500. What is, if 500 guys cannot even buy grocery that will last a month? That is toiletries that will not even last a month.
Love of the outside, please.
No, but guys, step on people's toes. Rather be that artist that will not be taken for granted. This is a talent that you guys have. You know what I mean? Yeah, we can talk and yeah.
Okay. Thank you for what you just said. Yeah, Sihle, we go through that as artists. Yeah, when people take advantage of us performing, especially when you're a student, LMU, they just say perform, so expose that to the people. You know. So thank you for raising that point. But I just wanted to ask, okay, I don't know if it's relevant to you. You know. I love asking, I love information. As I was saying that I'm finding myself and I'm getting information. But at a later stage, so I have a lot of friends. Let me not say like a lot of friends, but I do have like a few friends that for example, and they always tell me that when you see something, you will see like you have a gift. But abanye say, no, we can't pinpoint, and then there's no if there is. What I struggle to understand, what I would like to know, is that I grew up in a religious family, as I was saying. So I told myself that I don't want to expose myself to substances and all of those things. But then when I don't want to say but when I look at nowadays, like they include like those substances within. So what I'm trying to understand is, when you're a person that has a gift, do you have to do you have to be involved? My friend Snape, for example, or others like include like brand and all of those things. So what I would like to know is that, do you have to do that as a person? As a person that who does not personally want to involve myself in. Yes, I would, if that gift will present itself, I would want to accept that gift. But I personally have a problem with including those things into like my African culture or African spirituality. So does it, yes, that's what I want to
No,
ask.
we don't have to do the substance. That do not smoke, that do not drink, that do not smoke. And it does not mean that you are less, your gift is going to be suppressed or whatever. Charlie does not want it. You take the answer. Because when you're not you, so you don't have to do those substances of Islam, the drinking of gin and whatever. And talking about that, I'm glad that you said that. I always preach this, that abantu worship brand, worship gin more than God. Do you know Gogo? This is why I don't understand about no, there needs to be Casey, there needs to be branding. No. If I'm on a Gogo, do it. I don't know if I'm answering.
Yes, you are answering.
I want to go back to what you were saying. It depends on about when you connect more with your ancestors, as the ancestors are dying with you. There are things that are more unexplainable. You cannot pinpoint and say this is the right way or the wrong way to do it. But you need to be guided by your people, because this is the right thing to do. I'm a very funny person, very weird person. I've never smoked weed in my life, but I find myself smoking weed a lot. especially when it comes to trying to hey, things are not right. Then something will say to me, ha, touch is all, then I was smoking. Didn't asthma by doctors what they say. I've never used it in Buwa or anything, but I smoke weed when the time means that I smoke weed. But Makura khuliswe umama wamanzi, umama wayesebenzisa amakhandlela emthandazweni, kuthiwa yi-food flow but what I'm saying is, pray to people, pray and pray. As these things will just come to pass. I never knew that your father was to go through it was so good. I never knew that. But as many people who come to me and say to me, well, you got strong horror about you, things like that. But someone had explained to me that for that to be so sensitive, you have dreamt about things. These are things that I dream of. It makes sense for me. I know but I've seen that person, I've been with that person, but not in the physical. You know what I mean? But I know that now this year that it's never, but it is never only good to the knowledge. You see, I've never been, but I know there's a thing. There are things that spiritually, you can pinpoint and say this is the right thing, this is the right path, but you never know what is it for you. Even imagine is depends on where I can't even break it. Before you say that, before I drink it, then I think I'm hungry and it's not going to say that because if I drink it clean, then the loss of capacity will be. But that is not the point. My point is that pray, meditate, get to know what you're looking for, speak to your people, before you go to consult your family, speak to them and see your image and you're ready to know those who that you need to.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. That was the Youth Talk brought to you by the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan Arts Museum in collaboration with Eve's Apple Productions. That is all we had today. I hope we learned and we are ready to find ourselves and to move forward and to make a change in our South Africa as the youth. We're going to have a last performance by Dominus Litis. Thank you.
Thank you. Dominus Litis is an artist, but today I'll just be a poet. See, being a poet has broken me into a million pieces, and if this is my last piece, let this piece last. See, I am an artist who'd rather close his eyes to society so my sight can see reality. In a prophecy, the Almighty Jah told me that the mind's eye will never find while being boxed in a rock-like sky, finding it hard to follow your heart when the mind never subsides from thinking it's always right. This I wrote on a page that would allow me to escape this maze that would emotionally drain the life in my veins. The pain of my way of life has opened my eyes to realize that though life ain't kind to a prophet like I, who was prophesied to arrive with a torchlight so bright that it shines right through the blinds of your mind, these dark times usually design character that is solidified. Or do these dark times harden the heart, lock it away if you're speaking? See, even though I am wounded by each and every pore that has left me broken and exposed, I decompose my human form to fertilize my soul with
with a piece of paper, pen in hand, feeling like I was sent to alter the hands of the time that was spent suppressing the black man, separating him and his connection to his forefathers, for our fathers chose kindness, tranquility instead of entitlement. Our only sin was to live. All they wanted to do was win. So they wiped us out from within. They destroyed our belief system, left us unable to see true evil as it landed on the banks of our seas, deceived so they can achieve superiority in our we, see us through their eyes. My kind despises my kind. Blind eyes view life as it was designed by those that play monopoly with our lives. See, they blind the mind with material things that shine. But all that glitters is not gold. Like all houses are not homes. Not all of our stories are told with see. I am lost in a bad dream I need. This nightmare cannot be real. At night, closing my eyes has become an attempt simply to pass time. A prisoner behind bars. I am confined in my mind because I can't find a way out. My purpose in this life hides behind the illusion of time in a time where my journey is one of uncertainty, but certainly this is my journey, maintained by the lack of change in my faith. My pain I share like a bottle of champagne, just to keep sane. I try to explain things I don't understand. See, I am lost in space, filling an empty page with regrets and hopes for change. Trying to find myself has become a process that never ends. Instead, it expands. It sends me to a foreign land with too many unanswered questions. Like, does the poet give life to poetry, or is poetry life to the poet? Is poetry a portrait painted only by these prominent poets? Or can an underrated writer like me write and be received by those on the receiving end of my ball pen? Trying self-made equations, constantly invading this gold mine, trying to find and clarify if I am a part of mankind, or am I the kind of man to reflect, but never end up shaking hands with my demons. No peace when I look at my inner image. This riddle that is I still pretty much riddles my mind. Thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for coming and supporting Eve's Apple. I'd like to send a big thank you to the Nelson Mandela Art Museum. Thank you to everybody for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It's hashtag 2 years at a time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Tabang, Malako.
Okay, there's refreshments. I got that. Okay.
It's another hood nigga production, yo.